So thank you so much for sharing that beautiful testimonial. And so now we've
Thanks,
got the
Laura.
lovely, you're welcome, sweetheart. And now we've got the lovely Karnie, who's only joined us recently, and to share her beautiful journey with these beautiful, amazing ancient oils.
Cool. Okay, so thanks, Debs. Firstly, bless and welcome. I'm very new to doTERRA, as Debs has mentioned, so I don't have the depth of awareness, but boy, oh boy, in the last 6 or 7 weeks, have I had some incredible experiences. So I'm going to talk about my experiences, and I'm going to be a bit retrospective and go through a bit of a trip down memory lane first. So firstly, and I'm not going to try and make her emotional, but Debs is a phenomenal leader. She walks the talk of the truth that she believes, and we're all here because we know at the core of our being that doTERRA products have really changed our lives. So from that point of view, it's just such an incredible privilege to be part of a team who are such strong advocates for something that they've not only embraced and has really worked for them, but they truly believe it down to their soul level. Debs has created an incredible team of heart-led advocates who want to help people improve their lives. We're all very different and we all have unique gifts and talents. But if you can, hard when you can't read your own writing. If I can suggest that at the end of this, after you've listened to everyone, that if there's someone who resonates with you, if there's someone whose story you kind of connect with, reach out and share yours with them. We all like to hear that. We want to be able to connect with you. That's what we feel is missing in the world. We want to be able to help you and connect with you. And so we're all keen to assist in any way we can and to make your life flow with the ease and grace that we found ours can. There's a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse of talents, resources, and magic sitting right here in this room. And so make use of those resources. My name's Karnie, and I work as a complex trauma therapist, Reiki master, and I work with altered states of consciousness. My main work is around inner child healing and accessing the wounds that carry those core emotions that do, if they're left unhealed, end up with disease, a diseasing of the body, a disease down the track. These emotions can be trapped in our body for a very long time, and they cause us to be stuck in cycles that we don't want to be stuck in. And those cycles often have a programming of limitation attached to them rather than living our best lives. I was sold on doTERRA the minute I heard Deb say it's all about frequency. Now, I had said, no, 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 no. And I'd been with doTERRA for 8 years up until the word she said, the moment she said frequency. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, this woman who I'm so drawn to, and I don't understand why I'm so drawn to her. I just can't stop watching all the lives that she puts on, and like she's talking my language. But when she said frequency, that was it. I was sold. And it was because I know that when we carry that low vibrational energy, we create the things we don't want in our life. When we carry a higher vibrational energy, we draw into our lives the things that we really do want at a higher level, at a soul level, and the world just kind of opens up and magic and miracles just start to happen. So my life changed in 3 weeks when Kelly introduced me to an oil called Melissa. And before I knew what was happening, I was on this kind of a magical carpet ride, flying all around. And it was after I had my experience with Melissa, which is a whole story in itself, that I decided to embrace the ancient oils. My body knew the minute I heard Deb's talk about the ancient oils that I had to have them. I didn't know why I had to have them, but I just knew I had to have them. I'm extremely clairsentient, very clairaudient and claircognizant. So that means that for me, I feel, I hear, and I just know truths within my body really deeply the moment that I'm aware of them. And I just knew that I had to have them. I've always loved frankincense and myrrh, and I've always known that the Egyptians used those to embalm bodies with. So I knew they were really good for my skin, and I've used them for that in the past before too. But other than that, and other than knowing that frankincense cleared energy, because I've always used frankincense at the top of my head and my tailbone to clear myself energetically. There really wasn't much else I knew. So on the day when my oils arrived, I actually knew 5 minutes before they were coming to my door, and I made the mistake of going to the toilet. And I was just finishing up on Le Cabinet de Toilette when I heard knock, knock, knock at the door. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I quickly rushed. Thankfully I was finishing, rushed, got to the door, only to find that the postie had gone. And I'm like, no, no, because I knew that they were going to the post office, and that was not happening. I'd wait, like it felt like I'd waited my whole lifetime. It was like waiting for Christmas to come as a child, but I knew that that wasn't true. It had only been a couple of days, but I was just so desperate for these oils. So anyway, I don't walk very fast, but I ran out that front door. I saw the car pull in next door, and I ran next door to him, and I'm screaming at this man, have you got my package? Have you got my package? And he kind of looked at me like I had 10 heads. But he said, oh, are you from next door? And found my package. And the minute I held it in my hand, it was quite a big parcel. The minute I held it in my hand, I could feel my heart begin to open. And I hadn't even opened the box. I hadn't looked at the package that Debs and Rebecca have shown you. I just had the package in my hand. And I knew I was carrying some kind of magic that was going to change my life forever. I just didn't know what it was going to be. So I just felt this tingling kind of excitement. So I dashed inside, and I immediately set up the camera, and I started doing an unboxing. And when I finally slid back that packet, dead set, my heart just about exploded with love and with joy. And I can't describe in words adequately enough how magical that experience was, because it was like being given the best Christmas present possible as a child. You know, something that was just, you knew it was coming, but it was just so much better than you could possibly have imagined. And yet I hadn't even opened a bottle. I opened each bottle one by one, and I spoke about what the oils were doing to me. I was amazed by what I was feeling in my own body. And I knew that I had some kind of a magical tool sitting here. I just didn't know what was going to happen. That night, after I purchased them, I decided to have a play date with the oils, because I'd purchased the little roller bottles, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to make up some ancient oil kits to share with people I loved. And as I was pouring them, like, I felt like a child again. My inner child just was coming out so playfully as I was pouring one drop in after another. It was quite hard to navigate early on, because I was aware that, like, these were incredibly precious and sacred, and I didn't want to accidentally have 3 drops of frankincense in there. But I finally worked it out. So I put my 1 drop of hyssop and common myrtle and cistus and frankincense and myrrh and galbanum. Is that right, how you say it? Yep,
Yeah.
beautiful. Into the bottle. And all of a sudden I was like this. I was just giggling and laughing. And Ben came out to me and he's like, what do you do? I don't drink. But it kind of must have looked like I'd sunk a few back. But I was having a really joyful experience with them. And that's all I can describe it was, with like inner child joy. And I think the magic of that moment will be one that I'll probably forever cherish, as sacred as my journey with Melissa has been. Those 2 experiences in 7 weeks, I've had about 7 really profound experiences. So that's just crazy. And I knew that I held in my hand, in my hot little hand here, something that was like liquid light, a miracle in a bottle. I felt unconditional love soaring through me. I just knew it was really sacred. I didn't know what it was going to create, but I just knew it was really sacred. Okay, so I was mesmerized and blissed out at the same time. And my heart just kept opening and opening and opening. And I used it to do a healing send that night, because I was working with 31 people doing healing with the Christmas archangels. And I told them what I was doing. And so many people inboxed me and said, that was just wild. Like we just felt our heart spaces, and I'd sent that energetically. They weren't even in the room. They just felt my
Mm.
vibration shift and the vibration of the oil that I'd sent energetically. And they're like, that was just like crazy. We could feel our hearts opening and opening and opening. So the next day I got up and I'm like, because I like to see, play with energy and see what I can do more of. And I thought, okay, if that was so profound in a roller bottle, I wonder what would happen if I put them in a diffuser. And I'm aware at the same time that these oils are like really precious. You wouldn't normally put them in a diffuser, but I'm like, no, I'm worth investing in putting one drop in a diffuser. And it was crazy because from the minute that started to happen, miracles just started coming into my life. I had $650 turn up within 2 hours of doing that. $650 I wasn't expecting to come my way, and it just turned up. My heart just kept opening and opening and opening. I'd had this really challenging situation in my life that had been like pushing through quicksand. It just cleared, like just cleared, completely cleared. I had a new career opportunity open up. Other people seemed to be recognizing that there was a shift in me. And so I had all of these people start coming to talk to me as well too. But they were getting the ripple effects of miracles as well too. And I began backing myself and investing in myself in a way that was so different. There was no more sitting back in the shadows. It was like, okay, I'm born now. This new part of me is out here and it's out to stay, and there's no holding me back. And I think part of that was the joy and the love at the same time were just so palpable. It was impossible to miss. I was also, so my skin improved dramatically, like dramatically. I have rosacea, and my skin in 3 weeks has just cleared up phenomenally. And that's been using the frankincense and the myrrh on it. It started clearing up with the Melissa though. Top and tailing with the frankincense. The energy in my kitchen is just insane. And people come in to my house and they go, this just feels so peaceful and calm in here. What's happening? And I just say, oh, I'm diffusing my ancient oils. And they go, oh. So for me, the ancient oils are like a miracle in a bottle. I'm so grateful that I actioned my heart's calling. I've also noticed a greater balance in my capacity to give and take. I'm not being the martyr and overgiving anymore. I'm not allowing myself to be the sacrifice. And that's been a pattern I've played, that and people pleasing my whole life, but that's not happening at the moment. It hasn't happened since Melissa came along. But, for me, the miracles that have come in just through answering the call to those oils has been profound. And I can't thank you enough, all of you, for coming into my life. I really can't, because not only those oils, but the magic of this tribe has changed my life forever. So thank you.
Oh, Karnie, thank you so much. Beautiful. That was so lovely. Again, these oils, they will amaze you with what they can do and how it changes you. Like for me, it's a change. There is the old me, and since using these ancient oils, there's a new me and an even more emerging me. And I'm sure all of you will agree that's basically part of that journey. So now
like
we'll leave.
Unlayering, isn't it?
It
It's
is
like
an
an
unlayering.
unlayering. Yeah.
And unlayering and unlayering things that you don't even know are there, like your own innate gifts that you have sort of hidden or been unaware of start to come to the fore. So like I said, everybody has their own unique journey with these oils. We'd love to hear your journey too. But